The world has witnessed countless wars throughout history, but there came a war so devastating, so soul-shattering, that it shook the very core of humanity. A fire that spread across continents, burned entire generations, and carved its wounds forever onto the pages of history. This was the Second World War, Europe in 1939. A world falling apart. Hunger, despair, and political hatred had created an atmosphere in which destruction seemed inevitable. And then, standing in the heart of that growing darkness was one man, Adolf Hitler, a man whose dream became humanity's nightmare. Power intoxicated him, a poison that slowly cast its shadow across the entire world. The Third Reich grew stronger, fast, ruthless, extremist, and the nations that could have stopped him remained silent, weakened, or crushed under the weight of their own mistakes. Then came the moment when history witnessed the most terrifying eruption humanity had ever seen. September 1st, 1939. Thunderous cannons shook the land of Poland, the sky screamed with fighter planes, and steel tanks roared across the earth. This was blitzkrieg, lightning war. Wherever it struck, life ceased to exist. Within weeks, Poland collapsed and the world lost its sleep. The war spread. In Finland's snow-covered forests, the Winter War began, where human courage stood firm against a brutality colder than the ice itself. Then Scandinavia. Denmark and Norway fell one after another before Hitler's advance. Europe trembled, and the storm grew stronger. Then came the fall of France in just 6 weeks. And on the shores of Dunkirk stood a helpless army, surrounded on all sides by death. But humans are always greater than the fate that threatens them. Thousands of small civilian boats, guided by fishermen, merchants, ordinary people, sailed across the channel and saved an entire nation's hope. It was a moment when the sea itself made way for bravery. France had fallen. Now Britain stood alone, the last shield of the free world, a nation that stood tall even after everyone else had collapsed. In the Battle of Britain, the sky became a battlefield. Young pilots, barely men, yet with courage towering to the heavens, fought day and night to defend their land. Then came the Blitz. Nights burned, cities turned to ash, but Britain's spirit never shattered. Their courage proved that no matter how powerful tyranny becomes, the flame of freedom never dies. 1941. Hitler made another decision, and history witnessed another tragedy. Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. The land turned red with blood, cities vanished, and millions died from hunger, cold, and endless violence. This was not just a war, it was the destruction of humanity. Behind the front lines, something even darker unfolded. In camps across Europe, millions of innocent people, men, women, children, were erased from existence. 6 to 7 million lives, taken because hatred had blinded the human heart. It was an atrocity beyond words, a wound history will never heal. Time changed. Allied forces pushed forward. From the east and the west, the enemy was driven back. Hitler's dream empire turned out to be nothing but a fragile wall of sand. But in the Pacific, the war approached its final and most terrifying chapter. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 2 explosions, 2 apocalypses that changed the world forever. Finally, the Second World War came to an end, but the weight of its destruction still rests on humanity's shoulders. Tens of millions of lives were lost, generations destroyed, and the world learned a painful truth. When power crosses all limits, humanity is always the one that loses. This war carries a message that peace is not a gift, it is a responsibility. A promise for this world, for the generations yet to come, and for a humanity still healing from its wounds.